Good evening, wrestling fans. Hope you all had an enjoyable Easter weekend. Well, the Raw after WrestleMania is in the books, and what an awesome and unpredictable night it was. I don't even know where to begin. Uh, what went on last night on the Raw after Mania, but I'll do my best. Raw kicked off with the 17-time world champion John Cena coming out to the ring. He gave a promo. It was a very good promo. I enjoyed it. He basically just just berated the fans, telling them why you waiting now to start cheering me. He then demanded them an apology to him. He then go on about him winning his 17th title, that he's the strongest, toughest, and ruthless aggressor. He says he has a total of 37 days, and it's down to 27 days left this stage that he'll be appearing on WWE programming. And he says once his days are down to 0, he's gonna leave and retire with the WWE Championship. So while he's speaking, Randy Orton comes up behind him and RKO's him. Cena's laying down on the mat, and then you see Randy Orton picks up the WWE Championship, raise it apart like this. And when I saw that, I knew that we're gonna knew right there and there that there's gonna be a match between Orton and Cena at Backlash. Especially the Backlash is taking place in St. Louis, in Randy Orton's hometown. So just what happened. It looks like we're gonna get Randy Orton versus John Cena at Backlash for the WWE Championship. So I thought it was a good start to the Raw after Mania. I enjoy Cena's promo, very good. Okay. Number 2, we had a women's tag team rematch for the WWE women's tag team titles between Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez versus Lyra Valkyria and Becky Lynch. This was an exciting match. All 4 women put on one hell of a match. Match went back and forth. However, Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez managed to pick up the win and regain the women's tag team titles. Now here is where it gets interesting. Right after the match ends, and Raquel Rodriguez and Liv Morgan leave the ring and go up the ramp. You see Becky Lynch climb to the ring. She reaches out, picks up Lyra Valkyria to give the hug each other, and all of a sudden you see Becky Lynch turn on Lyra Valkyria, and then you see Becky Lynch start beating the hell out of Lyra Valkyria. So it looks like Becky Lynch has turned heel. And it looks like at some point it could be as soon as Backlash, where we're going to see Lyra Valkyria versus Becky Lynch for the women's Intercontinental Championship. And I think it's going to be a good match because I think both these women will put on one good match. I didn't expect Becky Lynch to turn heel. I think, especially they just came back last night. So I'm glad that Becky Lynch is back. I did back, and I didn't expect that the tag team titles will change hands that quick the next night. I thought once Becky Lynch and Lyra could win the tag team titles, they'll have them for a little while, but it didn't last that long. It only lasted 24 hours. So looks like that we're gonna get Lyra Carey versus Becky Lynch for the women's Intercontinental Championship at some point. Whether it's at Backlash or Raw or not POE, but I definitely see that match happening at some point. Up next, we had the New Day coming out to celebrate their Tag Team Titles Championship victory. And basically, they go off on the fans and blah, blah, blah. And all of a sudden, you see Alpha Academy coming out, which is Maxine Dupree, Otis, and Tozawa. Maxine Dupree makes an offer and asks a challenge for a match with the New Day, which is on behalf of Otis and Tozawa for the tag team titles, world tag team titles. So the New Day accepted the challenge. So you see Otis and Tozawa climb into the ring. And just about the match, and just right about the match is going to start, you see the return of Rusev. He comes out and beats the holy hell out of Otis and Tozawa. The New Day they escaped the ring, so they got lucky. So I'm not surprised that Rusev returned last night because he was already in Vegas. So I knew that he'll make a return. I had that fight feeling. Plus, I knew that he already signed a new deal with WWE a few weeks ago. So I'm glad that Rusev is back. I like his aggression. Sorry of him, and I'm glad they brought back the aggressive Rusev and not this Rusev Day shit. Crap. They brought back the aggressive Rusev. When he first started out in WWE. So the last time we saw this aggressive side of Rusev is when he had his match against John Cena at WrestleMania 31. And I think ever since then, they changed his persona or image, and that's when he started this Rusev Day crap. So, but I'm glad that Rusev is back. I'm glad that it's the old Rusev, the more aggressive Rusev. I like seeing that in wrestling. So, I'm glad he's back. We had an Io Sky promo segment. Basically, Io Sky came out. She said that last night was the best night of my life, and that she's still the women's world champion. And just about while she's speaking, that's the NXT Women's Champion, Stephanie Foucault, comes out to the ring and basically congratulates her on her win last at WrestleMania night two in the in her title defense against Bianca Belair and Rhea Ripley. She definitely also said, I have tremendous respect for you. Then she says, I want a match with you. And Io Sky agrees to the match. So the two had a match. I thought the match was pretty good from the start. Both put on a good match, a good performance in the ring. All of a sudden, you see Roxanne come out and start beating the holy hell out of Io Sky. Then she started figuring out how to look on her face at Roxanne. I said, like, what are you doing? Then Julia comes out. She saw it last night. She steps in the ring. Her and Stephanie Care had a look on their face. And they beat up both Roxanne and Io Sky. Then you see Rhea Ripley come out to come to the aid to Io Sky. And she basically beat the whole head. She basically chases out Stephanie Valkyrie and Julia out of the ring. And she helps up Io Sky, hands her belt, and her belt, her title, and says very quietly, and I couldn't make out what she was saying. It says, one day I'm gonna get that back. I mean, the women's world title. So all in all, I think it was a good. It was a pretty good segment. The match was okay. I didn't like the interference at all, but it was okay. We had a Jey Uso promo segment, and this was like this was an exciting one because all of a sudden you hear Jey Uso's music pop on, and then you see Jey Uso come out through the crowd and doing the Yeet dance, and how the fans were doing the Yeet dance. So he comes out to the ring. He says, basically, he talks about his victory against Gunther and becoming the World Heavyweight Championship. He says it was a long road getting there. So then also you see Sami Zayn come out, congratulate Jey Uso on his win, and I like this segment between him and Sami Zayn. Then you tell Sami Zayn tells the people in the back his music, and then you see the both of them doing the Yeet dance. And while they're doing it, Jay's brother Jimmy Uso comes out and congratulates Jay, and all of a sudden you see all three of them doing the Yeet dance. So I enjoyed this segment. And it was a good segment. I'm happy that Jey Uso finally won the World Heavyweight Championship because he earned it. So we had a Penta versus Dominic Mysterio match for the IC title. I thought this was an exciting match. I enjoyed this match. I had no problems with it. I thought both men put on a very good performance. Unfortunately, you had Finn Balor and Khalil out ringside supporting Dominic Mysterio. So I thought it was a good match. Except I didn't like the finish. I don't like towards the end of it because at the end you see the return of JD Madonna. He interfered with the match, which basically cost Penta the win, winning the IC title. So all in all, the match was basically an exciting one, except towards the end where JD came out of nowhere and interfered with the match. But all in all, I thought it was a good match. I enjoyed it. Okay. Now, before I get to the Paul Rollins Heyman promo segment, Gunther came out. Went over to the commentators table, confronted Michael Cole, and basically criticized him, his opinions. I guess on the outcome on his match against Jey Uso at WrestleMania. Pat McAfee walks over, tries to break it up, separate them, to come to the aid of Michael Cole. Then you see Gunther go over. Gunther came over to Pat McAfee. All of a sudden, he hits Pat McAfee, starts beating the hell out of each other, and gets him in a chokehold. All the officials came out to break it up. So this is going to be very interesting. Very interesting what's going to happen. Gunther, I don't know what's going to happen with Gunther. Where he's going to go from here now that he's no longer World Heavyweight Championship. So that's what happened with that. And last but not least, we have a Rollins Heyman promo segment. So the two come out to the ring. Basically, he hands the mic over to Rollins, and basically says, "I am champion." I'm sorry. I forgot what he said. But anyway, Paul Heyman says, "You're looking at the last real champion, or will be the real champion, and the top star in the WWE." So then all of a sudden you see CM Punk coming out, gets into Punk's face. Gets into Rollins' face. The two go at each other, so it's beating each other up. And then you see Reigns coming out and goes after Rollins, spears Rollins, and super punches Heyman. Then all of a sudden, Brock Breaker starts to come out and spears Reigns. And Raw ended where you see Brock Breaker stands alongside with Paul Heyman and Rollins. So in other words, it looks like what I saw, Brock Breaker aligned himself with Paul Heyman and Seth Rollins. So that's what happened last night on the Raw after Mania. Excuse me for not explaining it better, but that's what happened last night on Raw. Like I said, it was such an awesome and unpredictable night. Personally, I thought this was the best Raw episode in quite a while. But then again, the Raw after WrestleMania is always unpredictable. You don't know what's going to happen. So I enjoyed Raw last night. It went about 3 hours as I predicted. I said instead of going 2.5 hours, it's gonna go 3 hours because it's the Raw of the Mania. So, like I said, it was a good show. I enjoyed it. Um, Tonight is NXT. Should be another exciting NXT episode on CW. Um, I believe Stephanie Valkyrie is going one-on-one with Roxanne Perez, and I think Taya Paxton and Gigi Dolan have a tag team match against Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez for the women's tag team titles. I believe that's tonight. So, should be exciting NXT show tonight. I plan on watching it. So that's about it. Hope you all have an enjoyable Tuesday evening. Please, if you enjoy this video, please like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'm trying to grow my channel with subscribers. So if you enjoy this video, please like and subscribe. That'd be greatly appreciated. And have a good Tuesday evening.